And we can plan better if we set up our SMART goals or our SMART goals. So, what are these SMART goals? In social marketing campaign, it is very important to set SMART goals. That is, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely goals. So what do we mean by specific? In order to set a specific goal, we must answer the 6W questions, like who is involved in our campaign, what do we want to accomplish, where is the location for our campaign or our project, when is the target date or what is the time frame of our project, which requirements are needed, and why do we need to accomplish these goals, and what is the purpose? Next, our objectives should be measurable, meaning our social marketing campaign should have a solid criteria for measuring its success, because when we measure the progress of our campaign, we will be able to stay on track and reach our target dates. Our objectives must also be attainable, because when we identify the goals that are most important, then we can figure out ways to make them come true. Our goal must also be realistic. A social marketing goal must represent an objective wherein we are willing to do and we are willing to work. It is important to ensure that every goal represents substantial progress. And lastly, our objectives must be timely, meaning our social marketing campaign should be grounded within a time frame. Now, let me talk about monitoring and evaluation in social marketing. The most significant value of the monitoring process lies in the observation and description of how our social marketing program or campaign is being conducted. Because when we monitor our campaign or our program, we will be able to gather data on the coverage of our campaign. We can gather data on its content and processes, and when we do monitoring activities, we can detect the changes as early as possible, and in order for us to evaluate the program before an even broader implementation. Now, how do we monitor a social marketing campaign? A social marketing campaign can be monitored through a regular flow of field documents such as weekly or monthly reports, receipts. Another is through comparison of funds. We can compare the funds allocated for the campaign versus the funds budgeted for specific problems. We can also monitor the periodic reports of staff working on the program or campaign. We can also monitor the inventory of materials which are produced and distributed for the project. And also, we can monitor field observation reports about the status of the program and problems that are observed in the field. Now, let's proceed to evaluation. Evaluation is the systematic application of scientific procedures to measure the conceptualization, the design, the implementation, the impact, and cost effectiveness of social interventions. The purpose of evaluation is to ensure that our objectives are achieved. It is very important to evaluate the performance of a social marketing program or a social marketing campaign in terms of its impact or effects. Evaluation helps us to develop interventions that are effective in influencing the behaviors of our target audience. When we evaluate our project, we can try out new methods. When we evaluate, we can improve the efficiency by investing in things that work best. Well, we could perhaps reduce overspending or underspending by having better informed budgeting processes. When we evaluate, we can also predict outcomes more accurately, and most of all, we can enhance the credibility of our social marketing program or our social marketing campaign. Now, let me just go briefly to the two types of evaluation. One is impact evaluation. For impact evaluation, we can know if there is a cause and effect relationship between our social marketing campaign and the changes that may have happened. And second, we also have the so-called ethical evaluation. So why do we need an ethical evaluation? In ethical evaluation, we are trying to determine the project's ethical character. We need to see the ethical consequences of the project, whether it involves the rightness or desirability of the proper objectives. Through ethical evaluation, we can choose the correct or proper means of achieving our objectives. And that's it. Thank you for watching this video. I hope to meet all of you soon.